welcome to our podcast. This is our first episode, and we are starting this podcast called Suddenly Ajussi. Am I am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah? Is it
yeah,
Ajussi?
yeah.
Um, so can you explain what Ajussi is?
Ajussi is how to call when you call some stranger
Mm,
guy, usually the older guy,
yeah.
but not very old. We say we call them an Ajussi. It's different from oppa. Oppa is also one of the popular Korean word, right?
Yeah.
So oppa is like when the younger woman calls the older man, usually doesn't have a huge age gap.
Mm,
But a저씨 is like when you call a random guy in the street, or I don't know, it can be very rude actually. This a저씨, a저씨,
yeah. But
a저씨 can be very aggressive.
for example, I mean, people watching this with a video, they
Mm.
see we're not Ajussi level, we're not Ajussi age, right? Are
Actually,
we?
we are a저씨
Are
level.
we
Yeah,
already?
yeah. a저씨 is not. I think if you are over 35 or 30, maybe
Oh,
or 30,
damn!
can be an a저씨. Yeah,
I thought we are not, or I
yeah.
thought we are not. So, one day in the shower.
Mm.
I came up with this idea of this name, right? Suddenly Ajussi, because
Yeah.
we started liking stuff that usually Ajussis like. So I came up
Mm,
with this idea.
mm,
Um, so last time I visited last year, December 2024. Um, I got to visit you in Korea in Seoul. Um, and we did, yeah, we ended up liking stuff that Ajussis like. So I thought it would be funny to call this podcast Suddenly Ajussi. But I didn't realize we are actually in that age already.
we are in the beginning of a저씨, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
because
if we looked at the surrounding, they're at least 10 years older than us.
mm, mm, yeah, I mean, if you want to use that word aggressively,
Hmm.
yes, yeah, maybe 10 years older,
Yeah.
can be called a저씨, but like for the kids, like when you see the 8 years old girl, they will call
Mm.
you a저씨 for sure. Not an
Oh
oppa.
shit.
Of course
Damn.
not. Not an oppa. Yeah.
Oh man.
We are a저씨 for sure.
That's kind of
They will
shocking.
call us a저씨.
Now the name is not even funny. It's just real. So we
Yeah.
are suddenly Ajussi. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
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 Now that this is clear, let's introduce ourselves,
Mhm.
right? Do you
Yeah.
want to start?
My name is Myunghyun An, and
Yeah.
mostly foreign friends call me An because they don't pronounce my name properly.
Yeah.
And I'm Korean, as everyone knows, and that's why the title is called 아저씨 because and you are German.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't want people mistake for it. You are German, I'm Korean.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah,
and
people listening to the podcast only, they will not see us.
mm,
But if you do watch the video, you'll be
mm,
surprised that one of us is Korean, one of us is not even Asian, not Chinese or Vietnamese or
mm,
Japanese. I'm German. So
mm,
I have Chinese parents, and but yeah, I was born in Germany and
mm,
was raised here, and I have nothing to do with Korea actually. You're actually my only friend, and I visited a couple of times. I don't speak the language, um, but yeah, that's basically our stories.
mm.
And
Sure.
how did we met? on the
Oh,
streets, right?
in
No.
yeah, hook up, casual hook up. Uh, we met in France when we were in graduate school. Yeah, I was from I don't know how to explain the situation of those
Yeah,
school.
we met in France in graduate school, right?
Mm,
We were just classmates,
yeah.
and I think what yeah what I remember is the first time we met each other. Not personally, you just introduced yourself. I said, "Oh, I'm Myunghyun An. I'm from Korea." And you can call me An. So
Yeah.
since then everyone calls you An, me included. And yeah, I don't know. Then I think we talked about this already in person, and you said your first impression of me was you didn't like me. You
Hated you.
didn't like, yeah, oh, you hated me.
It's not,
What's this?
yeah, it's a joke, but yeah, I didn't like it that much because you look pretty stubborn at the time.
Oh, yeah. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, you didn't like me that time. We did a group project, I think, for the
right, right. The pirates.
yeah, the pirates. It was, I think it was we had to design a game, right?
Mm-mm.
Design the game. Honestly, I was kind of a jerk because
Um,
I I was
mm,
kind of brainwashed by, I think, media. And before I went to graduate school, I had an internship in Berlin, and those founders, entrepreneurs, they were kind of assholes. And I was kind of
mm,
brainwashed also by social media. Oh, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are assholes. That's why they have success. So I thought, okay, it's graduate school. I have a new chance. Nobody knows me. I have to be tough. I have to be kind of an asshole or dominating. Um, yeah, that's how I became
yeah,
like this. But
yeah, you had an attitude.
yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Mm,
But then I think I didn't tell you this, but uh I had some experience with Korea before that, and I was like fascinated also by K-pop and that kind of stuff, K-drama.
really? I thought
And
you didn't like it.
uh, I liked it, I think, that time. So I also
Mm,
wanted to make a Korean friend. I want to make a Korean friend. So I was, oh, okay. Um, how do I approach him? What do I talk? What should I talk with him about? I wasn't sure, but I don't know how we kept in touch after you hated me.
no
Can't,
idea, actually.
yeah,
I don't know why.
I don't
I
know.
don't know how.
I don't know. Maybe we went to lunch or something.
Mm, uh, mm.
Yeah,
Maybe in the United States. What did we do in China? I don't remember anything
yeah,
because I had a girlfriend at the time.
yeah, yeah.
I spent
Uh, we had this kind of a special master's program, and it was 1 year. Was on entrepreneurship, and we got to visit 3 countries. Um,
mm,
and first stop was in France. Second one was in China, and the last one was in the US. And I don't know. Can't remember first how we kept in touch after. Yeah, as I said, uh, you were disgusted by me. Um, but
it was a joke.
so
Don't
you
get hurt.
No,
I
I
like
feel
your
you.
bit.
I feel you. I'm disgusted by myself. I noticed that time by myself, so yeah. What was your question again?
What did we do in China? I don't have any memory
About
in
us?
China. Yeah.
About us. Hmm. The only thing I remember that you had a girlfriend
Oh, North Korean restaurant.
at the North Korean restaurant, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, first you had a girlfriend, so most of the time you were not available. Second,
Mm.
um, we went to that North Korean restaurant, and you brought a friend who's also South Korean, and I
Yeah,
think
right.
you both tried not to expose yourselves that
Right.
way. And the
Yeah.
third thing was, I think we just went out and had lunch and eat those
Mm-mm-mm.
kind of Chinese sausages, from the supermarket.
Ah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I have. That's what I still have in my memory.
I think we've been to Annecy together in France, right?
In France, we went to
Mm.
Annecy, Annecy,
Annecy.
Annecy. We had
Annecy, yeah.
cheese fondue.
Mm. Oh, yeah, yeah, right, right.
Yeah, we went with two other Taiwanese, uh, Randy and Andy.
Andy. Mm.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. So that's about the how we met actually. And then we kept in touch, I think. Yeah, in the US,
Right. Mm.
I think you always had in every country you were
Mm.
kind of busy with
Did I?
girls.
In the United States and France, no, I think.
In
United
France?
States, no. In France, yes, pretty busy chasing girls. But
Chasing.
in United States, no.
Right. United
I
States.
lost my key of my room.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't bring my key from the room.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I slept in the closet of your house. Do you
Yes.
remember?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Yeah. Did you really sleep in a closet?
No, I think I
I took a
slept
photo.
on the
I still
sofa.
remember that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you cooked because you cook pretty well. You very well, I think.
Yeah.
Creative.
I got a few
Yeah.
dishes that I do well.
Mm, mm.
I cooked, what did I cook? Kimchi fried rice.
Yeah, kimchi fried rice.
Ah, that feels good to it feels good to hear that from you.
I still remember that you were cooking with a wok.
Yeah.
Wok or the frying pan? I don't know. Yeah.
It was a walk, I
I have a
think.
picture. I have a picture of you.
Me too.
Mm.
Should we should we show? No. Better not. Um, yeah. How do you feel about us doing this podcast? So far it's kind of natural, right? That's how we just talk.
And actually, we've been talking about making contents for pr a long time, I think. You want to make
Yeah,
some
yeah,
kind of contents because you're tired of your
my
like
job.
typical, yeah, my job, your job
Yeah,
and
your job,
your
my job,
lifestyle. Yeah.
or both of our jobs.
Mm,
And I think many people probably have the same feeling at some
mm,
point.
mm,
Either they are looking for something like a new company or a different role, but at some point, maybe money is not enough or you can't get promoted. And at some point, you feel tired, you feel unmotivated, and you feel like there's a void inside you, and but you don't know what it is. And some people do sports, some people do that, and I think you started YouTube
mm,
quite a while ago,
mm,
and I never started anything like this because I was always like overthinking and didn't do the first episode or the first video. So, and I think we also at some point wanted to create something together, but it's hard because we are different time zones. You're eight
Yeah,
hours ahead and
right.
more than 8,000 kilometers apart.
Mm.
So it's hard to do something like this. I asked you, okay, is podcast big in Korea? And you said no, right?
No, not at all. Yeah, I think it's recently getting popular. Very
Yeah,
recently.
yeah.
Yeah, for the last 3, 4 months, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, there are people just doing Bobby Lee,
Bobby Lee, yeah.
comedian, the American comedian. He also has a podcast, right?
Yeah.
That kind of his short clip is very popular in Korea, and
Ah.
also many like stand-up comedians have their own podcast in Korea.
Mm.
So I
Yeah,
think
because they're
it's
funny.
getting popular. Yeah, yeah.
We're not.
But they're actually talking like they're just their topic is like us. It's the same
Yeah,
as our topics.
yeah,
They just talk about the life and
yeah.
yeah, their
Funny
impressions.
stuff, funny experiences.
It doesn't need to be funny, I think. They talk serious things. That's why people watch
Ah,
those
okay.
podcasts. Yeah, yeah.
They rather hear some deep talk and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
we can do that. We can do that as well. Yeah. Something that I noticed is when I consume reels or watch reels,
mm,
it's I think 99% people trying to put out funny content.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
at some point I feel like, oh, I'm missing something um something deep, something serious, something where I can learn something.
mm.
And that's kind of missing. And then I turn into YouTube, but then my YouTube algorithm is about golfing. So it's all about golf and what
Korean
else?
girl playing golf.
No, no, that's what I get on Instagram. So anything I do, I go to the gym and I get Korean or Asian girls. I
Mm,
and then I watch golf content. I get um um like girls playing butt naked,
mm.
playing on the golf course. It's kind of yeah. That's how the algorithm is.
Actually, you proposed me to make contents together for a quite long time, I think. You have proposed for
Yeah.
quite a long time, but this time I think I, how to say, agreed or
Mm,
decided to
mm,
make this podcast with you because your last visit, because the for the last like 2, 3 years, the how I see the word, how I understand the word
mm,
has been changed, and your last visit was pretty, how to say, had an impact on me.
mm. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
before that, when you propose those, uh, when you suggest me to make contents together, I always thought about speaking a perfect English.
Right.
Yeah, I was like kind of, typical Asian, I think, or
Oh,
Korean. Korean always has a since when we were very, very young, we were sent to some English academy to learn
mm,
English,
mm,
and we are, how to say, forced
mm,
to speak a good English.
mm,
Even there are lots of physical punishment when I was young.
mm,
I when I couldn't memorize the vocabulary, like teachers, how to say, spank,
yeah,
spank me.
they hit you
Yeah,
with a stick, right?
they hit me with the stick for like 30 lashes, lost 40
Wow.
lashes per day, so I couldn't walk
Yeah,
many times when I was in middle school and high school.
yeah.
So many Koreans are obsessed with it. They have a fear to speak in English.
Ah, so they
And
rather not speak.
right.
Ah, okay.
So when you ask other Koreans, they will say most people say speaking English in front of other Korean
Mm,
is more nervous.
Really?
Yeah,
Is-
I feel the same. I feel the same because they will judge me. I'm afraid
Oh,
of being judged by those people. They will judge my English. They will evaluate my English.
oh,
I yeah, they may not evaluate it, but I have a how to say. I just feel like I feel the pressure.
yeah.
Yeah, to speak perfect English in front of them.
Yeah.
So I kind of people just most people feel more uncomfortable when they speak English with other Koreans.
Mm,
So they don't speak Korean. They don't so they don't speak English each other.
yeah. Wow.
Mm.
I didn't know that. I mean, I know that Asians, I think, tend rather not to speak in English
Mm.
because maybe because of this issue. They wanted to have a like a perfect impression on foreigners. Um, but I didn't know how the dynamics were among Koreans. So
Mm.
wow,
If
that's
you
great.
ask, you can ask any Korean there. They will say the same thing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. 99% Korean will say
Wow.
the same thing. Yeah.
Kind of perfectionist.
Mm.
Yeah. And how
Yeah.
did I leave?
So
How did I
mhm.
change your like? How did I change your perspective?
When we had a conversation in Busan, and you said even though my grammar is not perfect, and my vocabulary is not perfect, but you say you still can understand me, and
Mm,
yeah, and yeah, that moments or sentence maybe
yeah.
motivated me. So
Yeah.
I made a YouTube channel in English. I took one video in Hong Kong that time I didn't write any script. I'm not prepared at
Mm,
all. I
yeah.
just I try to speak uh, a wrong vocabulary and grammar
Mm, mm-hmm.
by naturally, just my natural Asian, like 35, 6 years old, Korean speaking a bit broken English.
Yeah, I remember you said, "Oh, I just did a random video uh,
Mm,
about Hong Kong and talking." And because you started before with YouTube, and you always went with Korean, and I always tried to find a English subtitle. So there's no English subtitle, so I could only get 50% of the video. You just talking Korean. And then once you did this Hong Kong video and talking in English, I kind of really enjoyed it. Yeah.
yeah, it just motivated me to stop chasing
Mm,
perfection. Yeah,
mm,
perfection kind of, an illusion. I even don't speak perfect Korean, I think. My Korean is my Korean, right?
mm,
I don't, I'm a native Korean speaker, but I think I have my style or my way of speaking Korean to others. So my English can be the same.
mm.
It-
So your Korean
Some,
is so your Korean is
I mean,
well,
you learn the same German from the classroom when
yeah,
you were young, but every German speaks differently, right?
right. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, what the vocabulary you use can be the same, but
yeah,
what do people prefer are different actually.
yeah,
The the
yeah,
the term, the words or way of making sentence.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is
I think I know what you mean. Yeah, you can easily judge people by how they talk,
mm,
right? It's like, oh, you talk like a lawyer. Oh, you
mm,
talk like you went to business school. How of your
mm,
words are English? Something like that. talking about perfectionism, I think we already have a list of topics that we want to talk about.
Right.
Do you have something in mind that you maybe wanted to talk about in a next episode?
Uh, your trip in Asia
My trip in Asia,
because you,
okay.
yeah, you visited three countries
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the
I
last 2 3 months. So
yeah.
I want
I
to
think
see.
I you were the
Mm,
Korea was my first destination, and
mm,
I think I visited three countries in around 6 weeks, 6 weeks, I think.
mm,
And yeah, we can talk about this. And there's a lot of stuff that happened, I think, and a lot of impressions. And um, I think with our backgrounds, which is kind of diverse. I mean, you have you traveled so many countries. You have a
mm,
love for China,
mm.
uh, um, and
Toxic. It's oh.
yeah, I think we can exchange some
Mm,
impressions that we have on
mm.
specific things in certain countries. Yeah, that would be fun, I
Yep.
guess.
And also about Hong Kong, I think.
Hong Kong,
Yeah.
Hong Kong. Yeah, I think there's so much I want to talk about Hong
Mm,
Kong, and there's
right.
so many, there's so much feelings that I have for Hong Kong. Not like love feelings, but kind of impressions,
Mm.
things that I feel, but I cannot put into words. Um, yeah, we had similar Hong Kong experience because you went there many years ago and
10 years
revisited
ago.
this
Yeah.
year, right? Or
Yeah,
last
right.
year. Yeah, 10 years ago. For me, it was, I think, 7 or 8 years.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Not to spoil anything, it didn't change, I think. Hong Kong didn't change, but we as a as individuals changed.
You're
So
right. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Really
just,
funny to talk about this. Ajussis, yeah, Ajussis. Um, all right, then I think that's good for the first podcast,
right. It
right?
was good.
Did
Yeah.
did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But it wasn't like I'm still a bit nervous actually. When
What?
the
No
f-
one's gonna watch it,
yeah,
watch that
nobody's gonna
video.
nobody's gonna watch, nobody's gonna listen. Not even myself. No, it was just quite natural.
And
Yeah.
don't feel too much pressure on editing, please.
I will call you and then we can edit it together.
Yeah, do it casually, that and then we can continue it for a long time. If you
Yeah,
put too much like effort on it, we
yeah,
cannot keep it for a long time. I think it's my
sure.
experience. I made a
Yeah.
YouTube contents for 7 years, you know.
Okay. Yeah, great. Thank you everyone for listening, and we hope we continue like this, talking about different kind of topics. And yeah, any last words?
We will post it. We will upload it every weekend,
No,
and
no, no schedule yet.
every
That's
weekend, and yeah, my background is a Golden Gate Bridge because I go to San Francisco tomorrow, the
yeah.
day after tomorrow,
Okay.
and we will take one podcast there.
Okay. Let's do this. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. I'm
Mm,
looking forward to it. And
mm,
safe travels and
mm.
see you in San Francisco.
Yeah. See
Okay.
you.
See you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.